Welcome to another issue of the Cool Tool Show and Tell. Our special guest this week is Ryan Helft. Ryan, would you like to introduce yourself to our listeners and watchers?
Kevin, thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I grew up here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've kind of spent my career helping companies get the most out of enterprise software systems. And for fun, I like to spend time in the outdoors. I like to hike and mountain bike and backpack. And I started to learn to kite surf last summer, which has been fun.
That's great. Oh. So, Ryan, you're a Cool Tools avid fan, and we appreciate that. Know that you kind of know what the drill is, but I'm interested in hearing what you have in store for us. Can you tell us about your first cool tool?
Yeah, so my first cool tool kind of changed things a lot for me when I would go camping and backpacking, because a lot of times, like, you go out, you have a great first day, and like you have a fun day, you have a great meal maybe, and then you go to sleep, you're tired, and then you have a terrible night sleeping. And for me, that's because I would stuff a sweatshirt or something into a stuff sack, and my head and neck would kind of hurt. So I bought this air pillow, which I really like, and has really kind of made a big difference in terms of getting good sleep when I'm camping or backpacking.
So you're holding up a mid-size pillow that's fairly thick and has nice rounded pillowy edges. kind of like a suede cover or something.
Yeah, that's right. It's more of like a cottony kind of fabric, but you made a really good point, actually, that it is quite thick. And what's nice about that is that it really keeps your head up high. Whereas like with a regular pillow or my old, with the stuffing something in the stuff sack, your head ends up kind of getting low. So yeah, it is about 14 inches deep by or I should say 2 inches deep, maybe by 14 by 20 or so. So it's very comfortable and, fits my head nicely. And then the other nice thing about it is that even though it's a pretty good sized pillow, it stuffs into this kind of small sack, which is really just kind of the size of my fist. And so if I'm backpacking, it's very easy for me to throw it in my backpack and go there.
And something that you inflate this by your breath, just by blowing into it?
That's right. Just takes about a minute to blow up.
So there have been for a while a number of inflatable pillows like that. Did you do any kind of research into alternatives? Is this particular brand better than others, or is it kind of more of a generic item?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty generic. Does
it matter what brand you have?
Not necessarily, I wouldn't say. I would say that just in and of itself, having an air pillow like this makes a huge difference. And I would just highly recommend it to anybody who likes to camp or backpack.
Do you happen to know the weight of it?
Oh, not for sure, but my guess would be that it's maybe 6 or 8 ounces. It's very light.
Okay. And the ultra lightweight, that's not light, but overall for most people, if you're trying to carry a base weight of 7 pounds, half a pound for a pillow is a lot.
Oh, I'm kind of the opposite kind of backpacker. I like to go full luxury, and I'm willing to carry whatever it takes to.
I've left those days so far behind. So, well, that's great. So it's kind of the tool is really just an inflatable air pillow, maybe one like that. If you do have the name of it, and then we can put it into the links. If there's a particular brand or model, that would be helpful.
Yeah, so this is the Cocoon ultralight air pillow. Okay. I think we do have a link that I shared with it.
Okay, Cocoon ultralight. Okay. And so it deflates to a very small size of like your fist, which you can stuff in a stuff sack.
That's right. It makes it really easy. I'd say I think I paid about $30 for it.
Right.
Probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, that's really great. So, Ryan, what's another cool tool that you really want to share?
Yeah. So the other cool tool that I'd really like to share is a bike multi-tool, and you can see it right here. It's got, a few tools, and it's from FITCO, and it's just the FITCO bike multi-tool. It's got the different kinds of wrenches that you need, the different different end sizes. It's also got a device to help you fix your chain if your chain breaks while you're mountain biking, that kind of thing.
Right.
And what I like about this one in particular, because I've had a few of these different ones, it's really the right balance between too many and not enough tools. I've had some really big ones that have had like every Allen wrench under the sun, and then some smaller ones that, when you need the size that they don't have, you're kind of in trouble.
Right.
So I like this one a lot because it's kind of fits that sweet spot.
And you're holding up something that's, again, it's like a very large Swiss Army knife, but even wider than you might normally get for a Swiss Army knife, but approximately that size with the multi flip out different blades and tools.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this one has, I think, 16 different pieces to it. And part of why I like it too is that it was a gift from somebody on my team who gave it to me as part of the Secret Santa thing that we did.
And where do you this is for your bike primarily. You mostly carry it when you're biking, so it goes in your bag somewhere?
Yeah, that's right. So I have a Camelback. I throw it in my Camelback, and it's pretty lightweight. I don't even really notice it, and just need it pull it out when I need it.
And unlike, say, the Leatherman's, does it have pliers?
This does not, and I don't find a need for pliers when I'm mountain biking. I don't think, or at least I never have yet to.
Okay.
Mostly, I need kind of an Allen wrench. Occasionally, I need this tool for the bike chain, and then there's a couple of other kinds of screwdrivers and things on here. So I really like it just for that kind of. It has exactly what I need, not too much and not too little. And
could you repeat the name of it again?
Yeah. So it's called a FITCO bike multi-tool.
FITCO, FITCO, FITCO?
FITCO, FITCO, yes.
Okay. Is that a biking brand?
I don't think so. It was just something that I think was found on Amazon, and was something that fit the bill.
And did you look at the different branded versions, with the Swiss Army versus the Leatherman? I'm sure they have versions of that. How does this compare to other possible alternative versions of it?
Yeah, so this one was a gift, so I didn't do a lot of research on it. But like I said, I've had a number of other tools like this. The other tools that are out there, again, like they've got different pieces to it or different things what I used to do with probably the one I had before I lost it, probably was too big and too heavy. And I really could kind of notice it sometimes when I was mountain biking, because it would jostle around in my Camelback. But this one really doesn't, I can fit it into a little side pocket because it's small enough. It also, I'd say, the other thing that's nice about it is sort of the quality of the tools. Like I've had some where on the other end where like they were just small and excuse me, and they would bend, that kind of thing. This one is the different pieces are really strong, so I haven't had any trouble with that kind of thing happening. Okay, good recommendation.
So Ryan, what's your third pick for a cool tool?
Yeah, so I'm the kind of person that when I go into a bike shop, I kind of feel like I would like to buy everything in the bike shop. But of course I can't. One thing though that I did feel like was really worth it was buying a bike stand. And I'll show this to everybody. It's a yeah, there you go. This is a very typical bike stand. I can attach a bike up to it and then it makes it much easier to fix bikes. I have 3 kids, and they all like to ride bikes, and they ride them really hard, and they break them on a regular basis. So I kind of finally found that at a certain point it was worth getting this stand just to make it easier for me to buy to fix their bikes. Now,
Right. And so this picture is of a bike stand that it has a kind of a tripod bottom that can fold, and then there's the stem up. There's a side 90-degree side arm coming out that has the bike clamp, I guess I would call it.
mhm.
And it looks pretty trim in terms of overall. So there are a number of bike stands available in that kind of general design. Why did you go with this one?
Well, a combination of price. I mean, they're the ones you see in bike shops, I think, are quite expensive. This one was about $75,
Mhm.
and so I liked it because of that. The other thing about this one is that it's pretty lightweight. You know, it's very easy for me to stick it in the corner of my garage, and then when I need it, I pull it out, and I've got it set up, and I've got a bike on it in just a couple of minutes. And then, you know, the other thing I think is just that, you know, it's got the little tray there that's got kind of a magnet on it. And so when I'm taking things off and on, I put them on the tray and then they stay there,
Right,
which
right,
is
right.
nice.
So yeah, like you, I found that having a bike stand just transforms the whole chore of maintaining and fixing a bike rather than, turning it upside down and resting it on its handlebars, which we all do and have done, is just less than ideal for trying to fix something in many ways, from the posture to just having access to, the brakes, whatever. So it does seem well worth it. That's a pretty reasonable amount. Do you find that, like say, the clamping mechanism fits most of the bikes that you are working on? Is that an issue, or have they got that sorted out?
Yeah, no, it fits the bikes. You have to think a little bit ahead in terms of how you put the bike on, because my family has all different kind of shapes and sizes of bikes, and some are a little easier to get on there than others. The other thing is some of them are heavier than others, and so
Some of the bikes are,
some of the
yeah.
bikes are heavier than others. So the other thing that I didn't mention about this is that it's very adjustable. You can adjust it up and down, and then you can also adjust the arm in and out. So that really helps with balancing the heavier bikes, especially.
Yeah.
And so, because definitely the first time I put my daughter's heavier bike on it, it tipped over. But then I kind of figured out how to align it so that it was, totally stable and easy to work on the bike.
And I presume that this folds up or is storable in some capacity, or keep yours out all the time?
Yeah, no, it folds up very easily with, probably within a diameter of, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches or so. And so I, can fold it all the way up and then stick it in the corner of my garage, and I kind of don't worry about it until the next time I need it.
Right. And it's a freestanding. They do have versions of the bike stands that can attach to like a workbench off to the side.
Hmm.
I actually made my own that came down from the ceiling
Oh, wow.
because I didn't have even space for even that tripod.
Hmm.
Yeah, but either way, however you set one up, whether it's freestanding or not, they definitely are worth getting one to work on a bike if you do any kind of reasonable amount of maintenance on them.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and again, so remind us finally of the name of this one again.
Yeah. So this brand is the SONGMICS bike repair stand.
Song Mites.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it would, like I said, it was about $75 on Amazon. I don't know.
And is that just kind of a generic Obtainium name, or is that a brand?
No, I mean, I think it's a brand. It's maybe the first and only time I've been in the market for it. So I did do a lot of research on this one.
Uh-huh.
And I liked it, like I said, for for its size and price and weight and flexibility. Those are the kinds of things that I thought I would care about when I was using it.
Uh-huh.
And those have proven to be really good. And so I'm really glad I got it.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's a great one. Nobody has actually mentioned a bike stand before, and once you brought it up, I realized yes, it's a really fantastic, cool tool. So Ryan, a fourth tool. What's a fourth tool that you're really in love with?
Yeah. So the fourth tool that I wanted to share with everybody is actually a backpack for my dog that we use when we go backpacking. Um, and it's from a company called Mountainsmith. It's the K9 Dog Pack. And it's really great because my dog is, she's 85 pounds. She's a big dog. She loves to hike. And so it was kind of natural for us to want to take her backpacking with us. But of course, we wanted her to carry her own weight there. I really like this backpack because it's very sturdy. It has, two separate sides and a couple of little side pockets for all the different things that we need. And then what it also has is a nice kind of handle on the top. And the reason that's nice is because, if we're backpacking and we have to cross a river or maybe go in some other spot that's kind of precarious, it's easy to kind of grab it and make sure she's okay, as we're going across the river or whatever it is.
Right. So this backpack, does it come in different sizes for different dogs? Like
It
small.
does come in Yeah, it does come in different sizes for different dogs, and we got the large one for our dog. I was hoping she could model it for me, but she's not being super helpful right now with that.
Right.
But yeah, it comes in different sizes. There's another one that I did a lot of research on, and bought it mostly because of its strong fabric and reliability, as well as kind of the size and kind of the design of it. It just looked like it would be more comfortable for her, and I think it has been. Hard to get her opinion on that, but
So I can imagine her carrying her own food. What else would you put into the backpack besides food?
yeah. So it's also kind of the bowl for one bowl for food, another bowl for water, and then we'll also keep other things that we might need for her, like a leash or other things, but not a whole lot beyond the food.
And was that transition where she learned to carry it, wear it, was that difficult or easy? Do you have have you heard from other people like whether people should expect kind of a transition period or a learning period?
Yeah, if anything, the learning period was on my side, actually. There are a number of straps on this, and at first, I guess I didn't realize that I needed to adjust them and tighten them so that it was really stable on her and she didn't worry about it or even think about it. And so kind of first time we used it, it was a little loose and that caused some problems. But then once I got it kind of figured out and tightened up, then it worked really, really well.
Well, what kind of, like, I'm just trying to think, is it like, did you, or there are things called pack animals, and have you thought about adding additional things that she could carry, not her own, but that she could share the load, so to speak?
Well, I haven't, because in our family we try to have this philosophy where you're kind of responsible for what what you
Okay.
need yourself. So I carry part of what we need, and then my kids will carry what they need, and those kinds of things.
Okay.
So we wanted her to carry that.
All right. Okay.
Um,
So, and then the name of it, once again, that's really helpful.
yeah, it's called the Mountainsmith K9 Dog Pack.
Okay. Mountainsmith K9 Dog Pack. That's really great. And in your research, is it kind of like a price point thing, or is it the number of pockets, or what was it about it that made it superior to other dog packs?
Yeah, it was a little more expensive than other dog backpacks. And the thing about it that was kind of described in and of itself, and also kind of the reviews I read about it, is that the material was really sturdy and reliable. And so that was kind of the big selling point for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and I've definitely found that to be true, that is very reliable and sturdy, in that, sometimes we'll be hiking along and we'll go through some brush or scrape a rock or something like that, and it's held up really well in that environment. One thing I did learn, which I didn't really think about beforehand, is that it is not waterproof. And so for her actual dog food, what I'll do is put that in a Ziploc bag in the pocket. So if it gets wet, it's fine.
Right. That's really great. Okay, well, thank you. That's really fabulous. That's a great set of tools that we haven't heard before. So I'm very excited by that. Thank you. So with some minutes remaining, Ryan, what are you currently excited by? What's maybe a project you're working on or a cause that you want to share with our listeners?
Yeah. So I would say like the big project that I'm working on is helping support my family, like accomplish everything that they want to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
My wife has spent her career in healthcare, helping companies develop new business opportunities.
Yeah.
And she's kind of doing that on her own right now in a couple different ways. My daughter she's an incredible artist. She loves to act and paint and sing, just like that's her natural way she expresses herself. My older son, Sam, he's just got these incredible leadership qualities. I love to see when those things come out, and I love to help him when they are. And then my younger son, Wolfie, is just the most curious person I know.
Wow.
He's got questions and wants to learn and try new things. And so
Sure.
really helping them is my big project.
Well, really fantastic. That's a really noble cause. And I wish you great success. It sounds like with the outdoor leanings that you have, it's a great classroom to learn so many things. And I hope they take the best advantage of that. And I thank you again for sharing your picks with us and accommodating the technical needs for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was really been a pleasure to meet you and be on the show. It's a thrill.
This year, our Cool Tools blog will be 20 years old, which means we've been posting something new every day for 20 years. It's only possible because of the very engaged and knowledgeable readers and listeners like yourself. You've kept this place going, and we are very grateful for you. With this idea of 20 years in mind, we decided to try an experiment this year, and I'm inviting our guests and listeners to join me on our Cool Tool Show and Tell, which is the program that you're listening to right now. So if you feel you'd make a good guest on this podcast and have 4 uncommon tools that you'd like to share with us, please sign up on our form on the website, and we'll see about inviting you. You must be comfortable talking on a video, and you need to have some tools that you can show. We record on, as you know, on Zoom. We do a YouTube version, a video version of it, as well as an audible version. Fill out the form if you're interested, and list your 4 cool tools, and we'll see if there's a good fit. The applications aren't guaranteed in any way, and we're looking at tools that are new to us and appropriate tools, and whether the times will work for you. So we're really interested in hearing from people all over the world, not just in the US, although the tools have to be available online, easily available online. And if you are a longtime listener, you kind of know what the definition of our tools are. They're very broad. They can be anything that's handy, from something in the kitchen to something you use to travel, to a workshop, to something professional that we may not know about. We're really interested in things that we don't know anything about. So this is an open invitation. We'll give it a try. If you think you make a good guess for this podcast, fill out the form. There'll be a link somewhere on our website. And we look forward to chatting with you. Thank you.